Good morning, students. So here we start with the development of the next stage in the kidneys. In the previous segment we have discussed about development of pronephric kidney, that is pronephros. Now development of mesonephric kidney, that is mesonephros. So here in the development of kidneys we have the mesonephros. It is known as mesonephros or development of mesonephric kidneys. Here we go with the same diagram which we had drawn previously, no change. This is the intermediate mesoderm. This on both the sides, they are the intermediate mesoderm. This intermediate mesoderm, we know that in the upper segment it will be known as the nephrotomes. Here we know that they are in the cervical part, they are called nephrotomes. Each nephrotomes used to carry, that we have seen in the previous segment, pronephric tubules. That portion was in the pronephros. Now we start with thoracolumbar. Now here, this is the area which is known as thoracolumbar region, that is thoracic and upper lumbar region, where the mesonephros will be located. So from above, there was continuation of pronephric. These were the pronephric tubules. These are the pronephric tubules. And here, this was the pronephric duct. The pronephric duct, which was coming from above. The entire pronephric duct which is coming from above. Same way over here, which we have discussed previously, the pronephric tubules and the duct which is coming from above. So this is the pronephric duct. So therefore now in the thoracolumbar region, after the disappearance of pronephros, pronephric tubules, after these tubules disappear, pronephric tubules, the pronephric duct will remain. So therefore, what has to disappear? Here I simply put a cross here that this pronephric tubules will disappear. This cross is suggesting that pronephric tubules will disappear. Therefore, in the thoracolumbar region, the pronephric duct will remain and it will continue as mesonephric duct. So here, the name of this duct will be mesonephric duct. The pronephric duct will change its name to mesonephric duct. And when this changes will take place, immediately after disappearance of pronephric tubules, that is pronephric kidney, immediately as it disappears, at the end of 4th week and in the 5th week, these changes will take place. So in the 5th week, at the end of 4th week, the pronephric tubules, pronephric kidney will disappear and there will be appearance of mesonephric tubules and mesonephric duct. What is mesonephric duct? It is the same pronephric duct which will be named as mesonephric duct. Now, in the thoracolumbar segments, each thoracic segments there will be mesonephric tubules. Just like pronephric tubules, mesonephric tubules will be there. So these mesonephric tubules, when you draw, we will draw it in S shape. This is how the mesonephric tubules will be there. This is how the S-shaped mesonephric tubules you have to draw. And these mesonephric tubules will be S-shaped, in which the lateral ends open in the mesonephric duct and the medial ends, they are opening in the coelomic cavity, posterior end of coelomic cavity. Over here also, you draw it in the form of S-shaped tubules. So these S-shaped tubules, they are the mesonephric tubules, where laterally they are opening in mesonephric duct and medially they are opening in the coelomic cavity. So therefore, now here you can name these structures as mesonephric tubules. So these two terminologies are very important. Development of mesonephric tubules, which are S-shaped, they develop within the thoracolumbar segments, probably in the thoracic segments. Each thoracic segment will contain initially one mesonephric tubule. Gradually, in the caudal region, the thoracic segments, each segment will contain 3 to 4 mesonephric tubules. So it will keep on multiplying in each segments as you go caudally. Therefore, at one time, at its peak, there will be around 70 to 80 70 to 80 mesonephric tubules in the thoracolumbar region at one time. These 70 to 80 will not remain constant. The proximal tubules, after their appearance, they keep on disappearing. And the distal tubules, that is the caudal tubules, they start appearing. That means as the proximal or cephalic, this is proximal or cephalic, upper thoracic region, as the mesonephric tubules, they disappear, immediately the caudal, that is distal mesonephric tubules, they keep on appearing. So total there will be how many? 70 to 80 mesonephric tubules at one time, total. In the fifth week, please note down, now in the fifth week of embryonic stage, there will be total 26 mesonephric tubules remaining. 26 mesonephric tubules and one mesonephric duct on either side will remain in the fifth week. Please note down. That means the mesonephric tubules, as soon as they have appeared in the proximal region, they have disappeared, and in the distal region they will remain. So in the fifth week there will be total 26 mesonephric tubules and one on either side mesonephric duct which will remain. And what is the shape of mesonephric tubules? S shape. Medially they are opening in coelomic cavity, laterally they are opening in mesonephric duct. Now let us first complete the mesonephric duct. So this mesonephric duct now, as we know, it will open. Where does it open? This mesonephric duct will open in the urogenital sinus, which we had drawn in the previous segment. And that urogenital sinus will develop into urinary bladder. So that is what we had drawn previously. This is the urogenital sinus, which will develop into urinary bladder, or rather it was known as cloaca. Urogenital sinus itself develops from cloaca. So therefore the lower end of mesonephric ducts are opening in the cloaca, ventral portion of cloaca, which is known as urogenital sinus, which will lead to development of urinary bladder. This we have completed over here. Now we shift to this side. Please come here. This is another transverse section. This is a, for example, if we just show it over here, if I take a transverse section across this level, anywhere in the thoracolumbar region, this level, if I take a transverse section, and here we will draw it in this way. This is the transverse section. In this transverse section now, same as we had drawn last time in the previous segment, what we have to draw, now here we have to show this mesonephros. In the central portion, we are going to show the suspended part of the intestine. This is the mesonephros, and here we will continue the anterior and lateral abdominal wall. Now, this region over here, the posterior coelomic part here, what we have drawn, we have to make it very thick in this way. So therefore, now we have to draw the mesonephric tubule. So the mesonephric tubule which we are going to draw, once again, we show that it will be in this way. This is how the mesonephric tubule will be there. S shaped. Now, medially, it will open in glomerulus, internal glomerulus. Same way over here, when we draw, this is how we shall draw, and it will continue with the mesonephric duct. So, medially, this mesonephric tubule, now here, this is mesonephric tubule, where it will open on both the sides medially into internal glomerulus. So therefore, now here, what you need to show will be the internal glomerulus which is coming from aorta. So here I am going to draw the dorsal aorta. This is the dorsal aorta and its lateral branches. These are the lateral branches of dorsal aorta. And therefore, this dorsal aorta, its lateral branches will contribute to this plexus, which will be known as internal glomerulus. So therefore, the medial end of mesonephric tubules now, instead of opening in the coelomic cavity now, they will open into the internal glomerulus. That means they will receive the lateral branches from dorsal aorta. So these are the two medial ends of the mesonephric tubule, and this is the internal glomerulus. Now what about the lateral end? The lateral end of these mesonephric tubules, they will form mesonephric duct. This is mesonephric duct. Over here also, this lateral end will form the mesonephric duct. This is how the mesonephric tubules will develop. Please note down. So now, instead of opening in the peritoneal cavity, medial end of mesonephric tubules, they will directly open in the internal glomerulus, and their lateral ends will continue as mesonephric duct. This is the transfer section, cross section at any one segment in thoracolumbar region. So therefore, S-shaped mesonephric tubules. Now we come to this portion where my hand is there. The entire, now this region is called mesonephros. The entire region is called mesonephros. Now the mesonephros will appear as a convex bulge. Please note down. This convex bulge within the coelomic cavity. This is the coelomic cavity, we know that. And in the coelomic cavity, this is the intestine. We also know this is the intestine, and this is the suspended part of intestine. This is the mesentery. So in the dorsal wall of coelomic cavity, where my hand is there, the entire mesonephros. Mesonephros is the region of posterior region of the coelomic cavity where the nephrogenic cord is there, and these are the changes in the nephrogenic cord itself. At what level? Thoracolumbar region. So therefore, at thoracolumbar region, the changes that are taking place in mesonephros or nephrogenic cord will be known as mesonephros. So this mesonephros will project as posterior convexity in the posterior part of the coelom. So in the posterior part of coelomic cavity, there are two convexities which are known as, now these convexities are known as, if I name it, I will name here as mesonephros, simply. Now what happens in mesonephros? Two changes. In the mesonephros, two changes will take place. Number one, the lateral part of these convexities are known as mesonephric ridge. So therefore, here I am going to show this portion, the lateral portion, I am darkening. This lateral portion will be known as mesonephric ridge. So therefore here, please mark it as mesonephric ridge. The lateral portion of mesonephros will form mesonephric ridge, thickening, and its medial portion, where my finger is there, medial portion will form genital ridges. So here, medial portion I want to show as green color, and here I am going to show this medial portion green color. And these two are called genital ridges. So therefore, here we will mention this as genital ridge. So what are the changes in mesonephros? Two changes. The lateral, they are called mesonephric ridges, and the medial, they are called genital ridges. So therefore, these are the changes in mesonephros which will take place. And further, this mesonephric ridge and genital ridge will help in further development of urogenital system. Further organs of genital and urinary system will differentiate from these parts. Now we come to the entire mesonephric tubules and mesonephros will remain in amphibians and fishes. Please note down this. So this type of kidney here, we come over here, this type of kidney will remain in amphibians and fishes. We know that pronephros or pronephric kidneys, which we discussed in previous segment, they remain in cyclostomes and various fishes. And this mesonephric type of kidney will remain in amphibians and fishes. These are 1 mark question answers or MCQs. Now what happens in human beings? The mesonephric kidneys will disappear and they are replaced by metanephros or metanephric kidneys. That will be in the next segment. But before that, the most important 1 mark question answers are, what will these mesonephric kidneys or mesonephros or mesonephric tubules or mesonephric duct help in development in human beings? In human beings, now here, in human beings, I will rub this to create some space. In human beings, we divide this into male and females. So in case of males, please note down, this is very important point, very important from the point of view of Viva, 1 mark question answer, MCQs, it will help you. In case of males, before the mesonephric duct disappears, the entire mesonephric duct, please note down, mesonephric duct will develop into the duct of epididymis, the duct of vas deferens, then seminal vesicle and ejaculatory duct. Please note down, this is very important. So this mesonephric duct, before it disappears, in case of males, it will develop into the duct of epididymis, vas deferens, seminal vesicle and ejaculatory ducts. Note down. Then mesonephric tubules. Now these mesonephric tubules, before they disappear, they will lead to development of what structures in males? So here I will write down mesonephric tubules. Now it is mesonephric tubules. Remember these tubules, all these tubules which I have drawn. So these tubules will lead to development of, very interesting, see here, the proximal mesonephric tubules, that is the upper mesonephric tubules, will lead to development of 2 structures. They are the superior aberrant ductules, superior aberrant ductules of the testes, superior aberrant ductules of testes, and there will be development of vasa efferentia of the testes. Vasa efferentia of the testes. What about the distal? The distal mesonephric tubules, lower, will lead to development of inferior aberrant ductules, which are present again in the testes, and along with it paradidymis, the paradidymis structure which is present in the testes. The 4 structures which I have written will develop from mesonephric tubules. Once again I will repeat, proximal mesonephric tubules in case of males will lead to development of superior aberrant ductules of testes and vasa efferentia of testes. Inferior aberrant ductules in case of males, the distal mesonephric tubules in case of males will lead to development of inferior aberrant ductules of testes and paradidymis. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. These 4 structures will lead to the development of the mesonephric tubules. All the 4 structures, mesonephric tubules. Now we come to the next segment. So therefore, the mesonephric tubules, before they disappear in case of males, will develop into, what will the mesonephric tubules develop into? Into superior aberrant ductules, vasa efferentia, inferior aberrant ductules and paradidymis, 4 structures. And the entire mesonephric duct develops into duct of epididymis, vas deferens, seminal vesicle, ejaculatory duct. Now we come to female. So here, if I just mention in case of female, the mesonephric duct, before it disappears, it will lead to the development of the duct of Gartner, This is a one mark question answer MCQ, duct of Gartner. So mesonephric duct in case of females will lead to the development of duct of Gartner. And mesonephric tubules, the mesonephric tubules, before they disappear in female, they will lead to the development of epiphuron and paruphuron. The epiphuron and paruphuron are those structures which are present within the female genital tract, and they are developing from mesonephric tubules. So mesonephric tubules, before they disappear in case of females, will develop into epiphuron and paruphuron. So this is about the mesonephric duct and mesonephric tubules. Before they disappear, what are the structures they develop into in case of males and females? So here we finish, with the help of this diagram, we finish the entire mesonephros, or it is called mesonephric kidney. Thank you very much.